everyone, it's Peter Zellum's Griniflix Adventure 8, and yes, I'm in the late morning here, so the lighting is horrible and harsh and whatever, hence this high contrast you're seeing right now. Welcome to another video. Today I've got the Nikon D500 and I've got another vintage lens. This is the Nikon 135mm f2.8. AIS lens. Actually, this is an AI lens. You may well ask, well, how do you tell the difference between an AIS lens and an AI lens?
Well, how do you tell the difference between an AIS lens and an AI lens?
Well, it's to do with, you notice how you got on the aperture ring here, you got the f-stops and they're in color, and then you got another row of f-stop numbers here on the inside ring. Don't know whether you can actually see that. And they are not in color, but they're in white. Apparently the AI lenses, they are in white, and the AIS lenses, that back ring there with the numbers on it, are in color. So I think that's an easy way of telling the difference between an AI and an AIS manual Nikon lens. Alright, this particular lens has got an inbuilt lens hood. Now with this one, it's a bit stiff. And the reason being, if you look inside here, a lot of that felt and cardboard, however it's attached to the inside of the ring there, has weathered and has deteriorated. So it's looking pretty daggy. It might take it, see if I can get a better shot of that. Looking pretty daggy indeed. But anyway, it still works. You just have to sort of wriggle the lens hood on and off. The more you use it, the more this starts to deteriorate a bit. Unfortunately, oh well, that's the wear and tear of these older lenses, I suppose. I'm not entirely, I guess you have to sort of dismantle this lens somehow in order to get the ring off, to repair the ring. Anyway, I'll leave it as it is right now, since it is a bit of a cloudy and sunny day. Alright, so I'll take some shots with this. I'm using the D500 today because of the crop sensor, which will make this lens 135, add another 67 to that, which will make it about 210mm in focal length, which is a great length for today. Just getting out for a walk and take a few shots. Okay, first shot coming up. There's some works going on here, and we've got, so the lens focuses down to 1.3 meters, which I suppose isn't too bad for 135, but so it's good for long distance portrait, I suppose. Good for landscape, good for street, so you're not too close to the subject, a bit further away. It's fairly light and compact, but once it's on infinity, then you can see it's not that big. Suits the D500 quite well. Alright, I'll take some more shots around the harbour. beautiful day in Sydney. Some fresh air. Alright, so I've got two cameras operating right now. Got the GoPro and shooting the 135mm on the D500 at f2.8. So that should be giving me a nice narrow depth of field, blurred background. 135mm focal length is an odd length to me. The 35-50 is great. I love using those two. I use those two the most, I think, in all my history of photography. 21mm I love using, particularly around urban situations, streetscapes, street photography. Really wide angle, 14mm thereabouts is great for night skies and the Milky Way when I go travelling out back, Central Australia or around the world, motorcycling. Yeah, that wide angle is fantastic for night. 75, 85, 90 there, that for portrait, brilliant. Wildlife, birds, really distant stuff, 300mm and beyond, 200 and beyond really, is outstanding. 135, what do you do with 135? On the D500 actually it's not too bad because it's a crop sensor, so 135 becomes 210, so all of a sudden it becomes it starts to bring that picture tighter, framing it, gives you that narrow depth of field like this shot here. I'm shooting at 2.8. Yeah, anyway, that's my view on the 135. So I rarely use the 135, that's why I'm doing the 135 video now. Yeah, do you use 135? Do you use 135? Do you use 135 on a full frame sensor? What sort of shots do you take with that? Let me know in the comments, I really appreciate that. Alright, on with the photography.